Mindset, uplift, manifest, momentum, mindset, uplift, manifest, momentum, mindset, uplift, manifest.
Welcome into the show, everyone. It is March 3rd, 2021. You're running with the runners. We got Ricardo Hamilton here. Ricardo, I'm super pumped about what we're going to bring the people here. I mean, this is like mind-blowing technology shift in human history.
Yeah. I mean, it's those who are aware of things before everybody else that benefit the most. And I'm telling you, folks, it's so early in this space. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of wealth being created. You definitely want to plug in and at least be aware so you can position yourself for the wealth transfer and the NFTs. It's a phenomenal show we got and information we got for y'all tonight.
All right. What up, Miami Mike? What up, Richard? Good to see you guys. Everyone come on in, drop us some comments, share this video out. It's going to be fire. So real quick, I want to get into this content, Ricardo, but let's cover the markets really quick. So this is the top asset classes in the world. We have gold at number 1, down a little bit today. Apple fell back down to number 3. Silver at 6, down almost 1% today, which makes no sense. $26.17. Bitcoin at 51,500. So had a good rise today in the market. Let's look really quick at the crypto markets. Had a great day. Bitcoin up 5%, Ethereum up 6%. Polkadot stayed about even. The big moves, which, Ricardo, what did we talk about last night?
Woo, look at the engine.
I mean, guys.
Yeah.
We're bringing you what's happening.
So in the last week, 133%. Folks, why would you leave your cash sitting in a bank, in a checking and savings account, when the wealth transfer is right in front of your face here dealing with blockchain and cryptocurrency?
So right here, guys, here's what we're talking about today. NFTs, non-fungible tokens. We told you guys last night when we were talking to Lucky Rico about the 80/20 smart contract plan on Binance Smart Chain, that engine is using the standard or a new NFT standard, 1155, I believe, for NFTs. So you can go to CoinGecko and go to the NFT non-fungible token, and you will see, what are the top NFTs there. And engine's number 1. Decentraland, I talked about that 2 weeks ago, Ricardo, up 44% this week. So, I mean, these are huge gains here. So the NFTs are on fire.
Yeah.
And I'll give you guys a little hint here. You're going to hear us start talking about Gala a lot. That's up 37% this week. But the first thing I want you guys to understand about what is an NFT. So here's, where we're at in the world today. You have fungible assets, things that can be split or broken up. So you can do that with a Bitcoin, an Ethereum. Even though the dollar is not an asset, you can do it with the dollar. Those are intangible. Tangible, like oil, gold, silver, the dollar, you can split those up too, and they still maintain their value. Ricardo and I can break a silver bar, and it's just in 2 different pieces, but still worth, half the amount. But now we have non-fungible, things that you can't break apart, but you can now make them digital. So you can have a copyright, a collectible, a card. So then you can have tangible, like a house, like art, like a painting, a digital representation of a painting. You can have music. That would be intangible. But what we're doing now is we're taking these things that used to be intangible and putting them into a digital format using NFTs and the blockchain. So Ricardo, do you want to add anything just to kind of like so people can wrap their head around what is an NFT?
Yeah, it's a whole new economy, folks. It's a whole new economy. It's a whole new mechanism for the wealth and the transfer of wealth and value. And it's a space that's emerging because you have to understand that we're dealing with a global monetary reset. And with the inception of blockchain and cryptocurrency and smart contracts and decentralized finance and everything of the like, there's a new class of wealth that's going to emerge from that and opportunities for people because the present system where wealth was valued in dollars and everything was done in a dollar denominated aspect, it's now dealt with on a blockchain, cryptocurrency, decentralized finance aspect. And we're going to see massive flows of currency because, the currency is like a hot potato. Okay. You don't want to be the last one holding all that currency and the currency ain't no good. Okay. So you want to take that hot potato of that currency and you want to transfer it into the new paradigm of assets and wealth. And that's NFTs now, that's, cryptocurrency, that's gold, that's silver. Okay. And it's those people who are waking up ahead of time because the longer you wait, the less access you'll have to these assets. Okay. And the higher the value they'll be. So by the time you realize maybe I should put a little of my depreciating currency into them, well, the value of it is higher and you get less, or you're just locked out of the opportunity period because trust and believe the wealthy are moving very quickly into this space. Okay. And so that window of opportunity is not going to be open forever.
So let me explain this to the people. A non-fungible token, an NFT, each token is unique and differs from another token of the same type. That's not the way it is with Bitcoin and Ethereum. One Bitcoin is just like another Bitcoin. When it's NFT, it's unique and rare, and they're non-interchangeable. So NFTs cannot be replaced with tokens of the same type as they represent unique values or access rights that are written on the blockchain that are metadata that cannot be copied, that cannot be faked. And how often do we talk about that with gold and silver? They can fake $1. They can print $1. It has no real meaning. That's why, we're trying to teach you guys, don't measure your wealth in dollars. So
fixed value. Yeah, it's in a fixed value, the NFT, so yeah, that's phenomenal.
So this blew my mind today, Ricardo, this is from Forbes. Burned Banksy NFT sets art and crypto worlds alight. So I love Banksy. If you don't know who he is, he's like one of the most famous street artists of all time. No one even knows who he is. There's a great documentary on him on Netflix, I believe. So metaverse, that's the word I was trying to remember, is you're paying for a piece of art that might not exist in the real world, but exists digitally in the metaverse. So what happened is an original Banksy piece of painting that he painted was set on fire after digitizing the work into a non-fungible token. So now the original has been destroyed and only lives in the digital space. So for the uninitiated, NFTs are unique blockchain-based digital assets that represent an increasing number of commodities, from art and real estate to collectibles like sports trading cards. This latest Pyro NFT event reflects an unfolding love affair between the art and crypto communities, and it is generating hundreds of millions of dollars and transforming art in the 21st century, the digital century. So Ricardo, I want you to just go off on this and give us some fire here. What do we talk about all the time? Rare pieces of artwork. What do we talk about all the time? The sound money wallet, where we are getting a digital representation of a physical product that's held in private vaults and insured by the Lloyd's of London. So just paint this picture for people.
Yeah, I mean, when I hear you talk about that, it makes me think about security once again. There are benefits and pros to moving things in a digital format, right? As opposed to having it on the physical. And also I think about it like this, the derivatives market, right? when we're talking about these assets and the value of these assets in the physical realm, and then the value of these assets now that they are digitized, there are two different values that they're going to have. And so, you know, this space is wide open. And, you know, when you're talking about, like you said, Mike, artwork, you know, or we're talking about gold and silver, right? And now you don't have access to the physical, right? But now you can get access to the digital, right? It opens up a whole nother space, right? And then there's a whole nother currency, right? That you acquire these assets with, and it's not fiat. Okay, so it's the transition. It's the transition of the physical into the digital, which is happening. You know, that is the new economy. You know, that is the new era. Everything is moving digital. Okay, so you know, physical assets are going to be hard and rare to find, right? And those that you can't get, you get it in a digital format, right? So you know, once again, you just want to be early enough in the space to capitalize on it. This is where the opportunity is right now in NFTs, early in this space, especially dealing with artwork, right? And like Mike said, we're dealing with numismatic coins, which are the highest asset class of gold and silver, beautiful pieces of artwork on gold and silver that are rare, okay, and limited in their edition. And we're getting them here with 7K Metals, and we're leveraging things like the Sound Money wallet, okay, where we got gold and silver digitally, okay, and the value of it adjust to the value of the physical asset, and then you can also do transactions digitally based off of the Sound Money wallet values for your gold and silver account. It's next level.
Next level. Ramon, you led us right into the next transition here. It might be difficult to grasp why art-based digital tokens have value. Alex, the founder of NFT marketplace OpenSea, believes if you spend hours every day on the computer in the digital realm, then art in the digital realm makes tons of sense because it is the world. There is also prospect of flipping NFTs for profit. Last week, Miami-based art collector Pablo Rodriguez proved just how to capture the NFT investment by selling an NFT for $6.6 million that he acquired for $66,000 in October. The NFT, a 10-second computer-generated video clip curated by digital artist Beeple, showed a giant Donald Trump collapsing to the ground, his body adorned with countless slogans. So these things are going for top money. And here's another example. NBA Top Shot is huge. We got this Anthony Davis going for 17 grand. That's the lowest price. So this is a limited edition video of Anthony Davis doing that dunk. And there's only, I think, 100 of these. And the highest price is $160,000. I mean, this is crazy what is happening in this market.
Yeah, you know, I thought of two things. You know, the realization of, you know, things like a little video of that, or certain artwork, or just anything now being NFTs, and the new economy, the new world that the whole world finds itself moving into, which nobody really knows what it's going to look like. You know, nobody has an idea, but now you have, you know, the ability to represent the real world in a digital format, you know, and, you know, I like to compare things in movies sometime, you know, but if you think of like the Book of Eli, you know, and getting something physical, you know, at that time, but not even on that sense. I think about maybe even the Matrix, when we talk about what is real, because some people say, well, it's digital, it's not real. What gives it value? You know, some people say Bitcoin, it's not real, it's not physical. What gives it value? But when you think about, you know, what is real, you know, what is reality? You know, you are, you know, nerves and molecules, and it's your perception. It's, you know, your brain, you know, processing this realm. But that's what's happening in the digital. You know, the digital, and I'm just trying to say the digital is just as real as the physical, like he was saying, because that's where people are spending their time and their energy. We give things value. Just like if I have a check, the check doesn't have value until I sign it. My energy went into, you know, given that check value. And so cryptocurrency in this digital space does have value, and those who get in early enough are going to benefit from the wealth transfer.
And I love what you said there about we give things value. That's why we're doing Silver for Freedom, because we believe silver is the most undervalued physical asset in the history of the world.
Well, we know. It's not even a belief at this point. We know for a fact that silver is the most undervalued asset on the planet. Everything else is in a bubble except silver, physical silver.
Without a doubt. And while we're here, if you're watching right now, give me the hashtag Silver for Freedom. Silver, the number 4, freedom. We're going to keep hammering this. We're going to keep teaching people get physical silver, because we know the banks are rigging it down and trying to get as much of the physical as they can and keep people discouraged from buying it by keeping that price low. And how we win is taking real world value and extracting it from the system. You know, I loved what you said the other day, Ricardo, is how do you win playing their game? You don't play their game. you get out of their game, right. And we make our own economy where we decide what has real value.
Yep.
So here's another great article. Sports collectible NFTs will have tremendous value created, says Fanatics Chair. So I love this. We got basketball legend Magic Johnson is weighing in on this. And I mean, this is from Magic Johnson, guys. The whole game has changed. It's going to be about creating incredible content and product that's going to have longevity. The NFT market grew 250 million in 2020, more than quadrupling in size. And this is just the beginning. I mean, most people don't even know what an NFT is. And that's why we're bringing you guys here, keeping up, with the trends of where things are going and helping you guys, stay ahead of the curve and secure your wealth. Ricardo, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, so how do you position yourself? Well, look, I went to my crypto.com app and I bought some engine. Okay. I had bought some engine, a few months ago. So I got a much lower value, but you got to understand, folks, these assets are going higher. This space, the wealth transfer is going higher. I think what the crypto market is what in market cap now, or the trillion, or Bitcoin just hit $1 trillion. Which one is it, Mike?
Both. Bitcoin did hit $1 trillion in market cap. It's at 958.
Yeah.
And the market cap of crypto is 1.6 trillion.
1.6. And so folks, it's just getting started. Do you understand that the derivatives market, is like 4 times the global GDP? Okay. The derivatives market is 4 times the global GDP. There's trillions of dollars, quadrillions of dollars of debt. Okay. And paper circulating out there. And this paper is going to go somewhere. Just like, in a market crash, the money that disappeared during a market crash, it went to somebody. Okay. Somebody got it. Okay. So don't think that when stuff crashed, the value just vanishes. No, it's going somewhere. The value, that stored up energy, is going somewhere, and it's going into gold. It's going into cryptocurrency. It's going into silver. It's going into blockchain. Okay. This is the new economy. So, that's why we say, if you didn't come from a wealthy family, this is the opportunity to make sure that a wealthy family. If you're thinking of anything less than $1 million in 2021, you're thinking too small. Okay. You're thinking too small. So it's next level stuff. Next level.
So let me give one more, example of what these are, because I want to make sure everyone's, getting educated. So NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are a new type of digital asset. Ownership of these assets are recorded on a blockchain, a digital ledger similar to the networks that underpin Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But unlike most virtual currencies, you could exchange one NFT for another in the same way that you would with dollars or gold bars. I'm sorry, you couldn't. Each NFT is unique and acts as a collector's item that can't be duplicated, making them rare by design. You can think of them like crypto alternatives to rare Pokemon or baseball cards. The rise of the internet meant that anyone could view images, videos, and songs online for free. People are buying NFTs out of the belief that they'll be able to prove ownership of a virtual item thanks to blockchain. And then they go on to talk about, the NBA Top Shot has 280 million in sales to date. And Dapper Labs earns a cut on each transaction while the NBA gets royalty payments. So, guys, I mean, this is huge. It's just getting started. Yes, Keenan, the new economy, exactly. And that's, why you want to be running with the runners, plugging in. And, I'm going to holler back to Ricardo, I think a video we did last week about why you want to have cash flow. If you're at home and you're not, creating wealth and diversifying into these assets because, whatever, you're going to say, I don't have money, then take action. Start that home-based business. Start networking. Start getting your cash flow up so that you can invest into these new asset classes that are going to completely change the world.
Yeah. And at this rate, folks, you want to turn your paper money into any asset that you can right now, because one thing is for sure, they're going to continue to print the paper. The world is going to continue to de-dollarize. The paper is going to continue to lose value, and it's assets that are going to continue to rise in value. So these assets are going to be worth more. I mean, especially when we're talking about artwork, over time, it's worth more. We have coins that we got from 7K that because of the particular year they were made, we got Donald Trump coins and all kinds of stuff that as time goes on, it's worth more because it represents a time period in history. It represents, what the planet went through at a specific time. It was made at that time. It represents something. There's a connection to it, right? And so that's why you don't want to hold on to paper, but you want to exchange the paper for physical assets or digital assets that, you can only, you can't exchange it for something else. It's in its own, right? And so this is where it gets next level because, like I said, one thing is for sure, assets are going to increase in value because the dollar is going to continue to decrease in value, and people are going to look for places to put their dollars, okay, so they can escape the inflation and have the wealth and appreciation, So NFTs is definitely that space, and I like to look at things long term, folks. Don't look at things like a get rich quick scheme, okay? Look at things over 12 months, 36 months, okay? 5 years, 10 years, right? And look back 10 years later, and because of the decisions you made, not only will you be a multi-millionaire if you're making the right decisions at this moment in time in history with your paper, but you're going to create generational wealth, okay? That for 7 generations deep, they'll remember your name. But do you remember your grandfather or great-great-great-great-grandfather or grandmother's name? Most likely not, because they ain't leave you nothing, okay? But you're in a position to make sure that your children's children are going to remember your name because of the significance of the time period that you were born and what you woke up to and what you decided to do with your paper.
Amen. Love it. And I just had to, as we're talking about such rare artwork, Ricardo, I just got to show people in case they don't know, this is the White House coin exclusively for 7K members. They're all sold out now, so you can't go and buy one, only on the secondary market. But this is what we're talking about. I'm going to take you off for 1 second, Ricardo. I mean, this is next level pieces of rare artwork. There was only 1,600 of these. And you see that by MS at the top? That's Miles Standish. That's the Michael Jordan of coin grading and design, and he works exclusively with 7K. This is the White House burning coin to commemorate the War of 1812 when the British burned down the White House. This coin is beautiful. That's legal tender, created by the Cook Islands, verified by MGC, never been touched, perfect PF70. And that's what we're dealing with here, guys. We're dealing with an amazing business that's giving us the top-notch assets that most people can't even dream of getting. So, Ricardo, anything else you want to add tonight before we kind of wrap it up?
Should we talk about our plans with NFTs and collectibles? Or
I don't know.
Not really. That's too much. Folks, all I'm going to say is, look, run with the runners, folks. Okay? Run with the runners because we're going to be doing some next level stuff here. We ain't just sharing information. Trust and believe we're putting ourselves in position to take advantage of the information that we're sharing. Okay, so you wanna diversify, you wanna hedge. Okay, you want to make sure you have that security. Okay, and have assets and cash flow. Cash flow is king. Like Mike said, like we've said, you don't just want to have assets. Okay, because if all you have is assets, it's just a matter of time before you're gonna have to liquidate those assets because you ain't got no cash flow. Okay, and this is why we get excited about 7K, because this business allows us to create cash flow for saving in these rare assets. Okay, in these massively undervalued physical assets. Okay, so get paid to save, and then help other people get paid to save while reducing their tax exposure. Okay, and having an ability to create a residual income that will not only pay them but pay their loved ones long after they're gone.
And you're literally taking fake money and buying real money.
Right. I think was it you who put that meme up, Mike, with the kid, and he's like, "So you mean to tell me I can give you fake money and to get real money or something?" That was so funny. You know, that was a good one.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. And it's like,
yeah,
how do people not see this? It blows my mind that people don't see this. Like, how someone can see a presentation we do for 7K and be like, nah, I'm good. Like, and that's why we talk about it. It starts in the mindset. People can choose to be rich whenever they want. They just don't think they deserve it.
Yeah. Well,
all right. Plug in.
Yeah.
Get your runner's gear at the runners.shop. Ricardo's sporting his Runners Champion hoodie. We got champion hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, the Runners logos, assets over liabilities. I measure my wealth in ounces. If you didn't come from a wealthy family, make sure a wealthy family comes from you. This is our #1 seller. With gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. That's what we're about, guys. Assets over liabilities. We come here live, 9:30 EST, Tuesday through Saturday. You never know what's going to happen. Who's coming on tomorrow, Ricardo?
So we got Sherry Beckley. Okay, Sherry Beckley's on tomorrow. Some of you guys might know I've shared some of her stuff. She specializes in education, especially dealing with credit. Okay, but building wealth in general, folks, is going to be an awesome show. Definitely plug in tomorrow at 9:30.
Yeah, and credit's huge. And one of the biggest myths that are told to people is that credit's bad. There's good credit and there's bad credit. And in this world, you need to leverage credit. Definitely. And we've kind of talked about that with you guys with Celsius. Leveraging an asset and getting that cash flow. And, we're just trying to educate everyone because there's no reason to be struggling right now. You got to put in time. You got to invest in yourself. You got to get your mindset right. Surround yourself with winners and runners that are ready to go to the next level. So great show. Get educated about NFTs. I mean, this is where the future is going. And why we, come here every night to try to educate you guys on blockchain, cryptocurrencies, gold and silver, assets, cash flow, home-based businesses, and everything that it entails. So tomorrow night, we're going to have a great show about credit. I'm assuming we'll talk about how to improve it, why it matters, and what you can do about it. So if you want some tips on maximizing your credit, make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern Standard.
Yep.
We good, my brother?
We good, brother. We good. Yep, like Mike said, see you guys tomorrow. For those who are already running with the runners in 7K, tomorrow at 7 p.m., we have the training and strategy session. Okay, if you're not familiar with the runners IPA blueprint, okay, you're definitely going to want to plug in because that's new, right? The runners IPA blueprint. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m., plug into the training and strategy session.
All right. We love you guys. We believe in you. We will see you tomorrow night at 9:30 and 7.